Hello,
guys.
folks.
Oh,
What's up? Yeah. Okay. Howdy, folks. I'm the Stone Demon.
And I am Reaper Official.
We have
Bacon with biscuit.
I think there's somebody at the door.
Someone's here. Give me a moment.
Jesus Christ.
Who is it?
Yeah, it was just like.
Oh.
What?
Who invited you?
You weren't supposed to show up.
What? How did you know we were recording?
He's a part of our video now.
How did
And
you
I
know we
told
were-
him.
Bacon.
Why did you tell him?
He wouldn't stop texting me.
God damn it, Bacon. Gosh dang it.
Okay,
Hey,
just
stop it.
tell the audience your name.
Okay.
What are you called?
My YouTube channel?
Yeah,
Yes, what's your name?
Oh, Blue.
Okay.
Just blue? Okay.
So we got bluevolt. We got bluevolt James Jenkins here.
Reaper Official.
The Stone Demon.
Bacon with biscuits, boys.
And we're going to be doing some dramatic readings of some stories because it's Halloween night and screw it.
Definitely.
Though when this comes out, it probably won't be on Halloween night.
Reaper, you're up first with the story.
The Rake.
Rake.
Alright, I've never really done this before, so
None of us have to.
I guess
I'm just gonna be munching on some candy in the background. Don't mind me.
So I guess we should
trying not to
just
kill some people.
be quiet. So I
Bacon,
guess
shut up.
So I guess we should just get right into it.
Nom, 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 nom.
I'm done.
No fighting, just do the story.
Alright. So alright, let's do this. During the summer of piece of trash. Alright. During the summer of 2003, events in the northeastern United States involved a strange, human-like creature sparked brief local media interest before an apparent blackout was enacted. Little or no information was left intact, as most online and written accounts of the creature were mysteriously destroyed. Primarily focused in the rural New State, New York, self-proclaimed witnesses...
Hey guys, I'm gonna go take a piss.
Oh my god!
I'll edit it out.
Their encounters with a creature of unknown origin. Emotions range from extremely traumatic levels of fright and discomfort to an almost childlike sense of playfulness and curiosity. While their published versions are no longer on record, their memories remain powerful. Several of the involved parties began looking for answers for years. In early 2006,
Be quiet.
In early 2006, the collaboration had accumulated nearly 24 documents dating between the 12th century and present day, spanning 4 continents. In all cases, the stories were identical. I've been in contact with a member of this group and was able to get experts from their upcoming book, A Suicide Note, 1964. As I prepare to take my life, I feel it necessary to massage my guilt or pain I have introduced through this act. It is him, or stop it! They're throwing on my bucket. Oh god.
Oh god, what happened? Just continue. Continue,
It
please.
is necessary to massage my guilt or pain I have introduced through this act. It is not fault of anyone other than him. For once I awoke and felt his presence. That was once. Just Stone in the background rummaging through his candy? Oh my god.
Screw y'all.
Once I awoke and saw his form, once again, I awoke and heard his voice, and looked into his eyes. I cannot sleep without fear of what I might awake to experience. I cannot ever wake with thought. Found in the same wooden box were 2 empty envelopes addressed to William and Rose. One loose personal letter with no envelope. Dearest Lily, I have prayed for you. He spoke to you later. A journal entry translated from Spanish, 1880. I have experienced the greatest terror. I have experienced the greatest terror. I have experienced the greatest terror.
Yep.
I see his eyes when I close mine. They are hollow and black. He saw me and pierced me. His hand wet. I will not speak. His voice. From this point on, it was unintelligible text. A mariner's log, 1691. He came to me in my sleep. From the foot of my bed, I felt a sensation of everything. You must return to England. We shall not return here again at the request of the Lady. From a witness, 2006.
What the freak are y'all doing?
I hurt my hip, I'm sorry. I slipped on Stone's hardcore.
Furthermore, from a witness, 2006.
Dude,
3 years
can't
ago,
wear
I
socks
had
or
just returned
kill
from
me.
my yard before and my hand was
Killed myself.
We were all very exhausted for a long day of driving, so my husband and I put the kids right to bed and called it a night. At about 4 a.m., I woke up thinking my husband had gotten up to use the bathroom. I used the room.
What are we doing again?
Shut up. We're telling scary stories. Just let them finish, so it's my turn next. Fine.
I used the woman to steal back the sheets over raping him in the process. I apologized and told him I thought he got out of bed. When he turned to face me, he gasped and pulled his feet up from the bed, so the weight of his knee almost got me out of bed. Then he grabbed me and said nothing. After adjusting to the dog for half a second, I was able to see what caused the strange reaction. At the foot of my bed, sitting and facing away from us, there had appeared to be a naked man, or a large, hairless dog of some sort. Its body position was extremely unnatural, as if it had been hit by a car or something. For some reason, I was not instantly frightened by it, but more concerned as to its condition. At this point, I was somewhat under the assumption that we were supposed to help him. My husband was peering over his arm and knee, tucked into the fetal position, occasionally glancing at me before returning to the cleaner. In a flurry motion, the creature scrambled around up the side of the bed and while slipping into a flailing sort of motion, he brought along the bed until it was aimed towards my husband's face. The creature was completely silent for about 30 seconds, or probably closer to 10, or simply just a while. The creature then placed its hand on his knee and ran into the hall. He ran for the lights, which blinded to see and shuddered. When I got to the hallway, the light from the bedroom was enough to see it crouching hunched over 20 feet away. I'm turning around directly at me, covered in blood. Flipped to a switch on the wall, started my dotted fire. The creature ran down the stairs on my husband and I rushed out the door. She was very badly injured. There was only one more in her short life. She said, my husband drove his car to a lake that night, while rushing our daughter to the hospital. Being a small town, news got around pretty quickly. The police were not at first, but newspapers took a lot of interest as well. However, the story was never published, and local television news never followed up either. For several months, my son Justin and I stayed in a hotel near my parents' house. After we decided to return home, I began looking for answers myself. I eventually located a man in the next town over by the similar story. We got in contact with him and began talking about our experiences. He knew of 2 other people who had seen the creature we referred to now as the Wraith. It took the 4 of us about 2 solid years of hunting on the internet and writing letters to come up with a small collection of what we believed to be accounts of the Wraith. None of them gave any details, history, or follow-up. One journal had an entry involving the creature in its first 3 pages. Never mentioned it again. The ship's log explained nothing of the encounter, saying only that they were told to leave by the wreck. That was the last entry in the log. There were, however, many instances where the creature's visits was one of a series of visits with the same person. Multiple people also mentioned being spoken to, my daughter included. This led us to wonder if the wreck had visited any of us before our last encounter. I set up a digital recorder near my bed and left it running all night, every night, for 2 weeks. I would hideously scan through the sounds of me rolling around in my bed each day I ran woke up. By the end of the second week, I was hungry the occasional sound of sleep while blurring through the record at 8 times the normal speed. This went up almost an hour every day. On the first day of the 3rd week, I thought I heard something different. What I found was a shrill voice. It was the rake. I can't listen to it long enough to even begin to transcribe it. I don't know if anyone listening to it yet.
Also, hey, buddy, your dad's here.
Really?
Yeah, he is.
Well, let me go smoke.
Well, that's bacon for you. Guess he's got to
Yeah,
go.
it's almost done anyway.
So, I haven't let anyone listen to it yet. All I know is that I've heard it before, and I believe that it spoke when I was sitting in front of my husband. I don't remember hearing anything at the time, but for some reason, the voice on the recorder immediately brings me back to that moment. The thoughts that must have been gone through my daughter's head made me very upset. I have not seen him in my life, but I know that he's been in my room while I slept. I know and fear that I know that I might wake up and see them staring directly at me.
Well, that's the rate for you.
Alrighty.
Many interruptions.
Yeah, I was
Pieces of trash.
screw you.
I was very quiet while doing that.
Yeah, I can tell.
I hope I was loud enough for the mic to pick up.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I can stay a little bit longer.
Okay.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's gonna. So Bacon is going to read a really short story, but then he's got.
I'm gonna read 2 really short stories.
You sure?
Yeah,
You got time for that. And then I will go next, and finally, Volt will.
The uninvited guest. Hello. I am Bacon. I'm Bacon with Biscuit.
Don't speak so loudly, Bacon.
Also, I sing in new voices.
Haha.
Yeah, I'll leave a link to each one's channel and mine. They'll probably leave links.
The story I am reading is called Skin Crawlers. I know that they are there.
Email me their names. Just continue around, you little bees.
I know that they are there at night when I sleep. I know they come out. That's why sometimes I will lie real still, waiting
Hey, I'm gonna go get some water.
until I can feel them crawl across me. Try as I might, no matter how fast I throw those blankets off me, I can never find them. Night after night, I repeat this. Never seeing them, but always feeling them. Until tonight, that is. I finally figured it out. They aren't crawling over my flesh, they are crawling under my flesh. I know how to find them now. I got a utility knife out of the garage and waited. When I felt them crawling, I slashed across my arm. I didn't get them at first, so as always, I waited and tried again. Slashed across my leg, across my stomach, across my cheek. It's getting close to morning now, and I haven't found one yet, but I know I'm getting close, because there isn't much skin left for them to hide under. The next one is really... the next 2 are going to be really short. This one is about barely 20 words. The kitchen. A young girl is playing in her bedroom when she hears her mother call to her from the kitchen.
I think the recording stopped. Oh, no, it just lagged. Sorry,
As
guys.
she's running through the hallway, the door to the cupboard under the stairs open, and a hand reaches out and pulls her in. It's her mother. She whispers to her child, "Don't go into the kitchen." I heard it too.
Oh, I've seen that writing prompt before.
It's nice.
Yeah,
It's a
I might write a story on that, because if you guys
And now, for my final piece, my girlfriend's eyes.
Oh, you were doing 3?
Yeah, I'm doing 3.
Okay.
Just because they're, look, see how short this is?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, my girlfriend's eyes. It was her eyes that first attracted me to her. I didn't believe in love, but the first time I gazed into her beautiful green eyes, I knew she was the one I loved seeing my reflection in those eyes. Looking deep into her soul and knowing I was...
I'm back.
Shut up, dude.
It's kind of stupid, but I even wrote poetry about them. I don't remember much, but I told her, there's so much life within your eyes, and so much love. Oh God, I love the way the light danced within them. I couldn't imagine not being able to stare dreamingly into them. Now if only I could find a box that was half as beautiful as her eyes, I could stop carrying them around in my pocket.
Alrighty. So, my friends, that was Bacon, but now he has got to go.
Yeah, as long as
So next is James.
No, next is me.
Then James.
I'm actually going to be reading a story I wrote.
Oops, we accidentally said his name. Well, we
I
didn't
don't
say his
care.
last name. It doesn't matter.
His name is in the in his channel.
My name's in my channel.
Oh
so-
yeah, it is.
Anyways, I'm heading over. Hold on, I gotta get mine loaded up. So in the meantime, why don't we talk about what we were for Halloween, guys?
all I really wore was a hoodie, jeans, and a Carnegie mask.
I was.
Yeah, okay, you two.
No. You go first, Bacon.
Well, at first I was the big daddy from Bioshock, but, the costume was falling apart. It looked like Trash Man.
Yep.
So I just called myself Trash Man the rest of the night. Then it got too hot in the costume, and it kind of fell apart when Reaper punched it. And the helmet kind of caved in on it, so...
Actually, no, you weren't even wearing it. It was after you freaking wore a completely different mask. And then, I picked it up and then sat it down because I was like, no, Stone's going to keep carrying it. And then the mask caved in on itself.
True. Okay.
Okay, Volt. Volt, what were you? Because we definitely weren't with you.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Okay.
Here, I'm
most
trying to
likely-
crack my knuckles.
Most definitely not the Flash. A terrible $80 costume that was falling apart.
How'd you know?
Oh, I just have an instinct.
All right, I got the story loaded
And
up.
plus my costume's right there because
Oh yeah, it's costume.
yeah, I brought my costume because I had just finished trick or treating after.
All right.
Yeah,
So
we
I'll
also
be reading the
produced
story,
Okay.
the dollhouse that I have made.
Well, that's
All right. Yeah,
It's so long.
not really. It's only a few pages.
Oh, I'm
I
ready to hear this one.
Yeah, just. All right. Let's all agree to be silent from now on.
I agree.
Let's put this here. All right. I arrived home at night, and the house was dark. I let myself in and found nobody was home. When I walked into the kitchen, I saw 3 figures, each of my family members. My little brothers looked clean and well kept. My dad's looked tired and pained, like he always did. Finally, my mom's looked as though she had been overworked, but still had a sewed-on smile. I found each of these dolls rather good representations of my family members. I picked up my brothers and glanced at the details. They were so real, it was scary. I then thought back to this morning.
You're pathetic, you know that, big brother. You can't keep a job, a pet, a car, or a girlfriend. No wonder you're still living with us at 21.
Said my brother, like he always did, making fun of my lack of talent or skill. A thought crossed my mind. So evil, so cruel. I couldn't resist the temptation. It entered my mind, and I began to walking to the attic. My little brother, despite being a cocky little jerk, always feared spiders. In the attic, since I kept my pet tarantula up there. "Oh, Fuzzy, I've got a little toy for you," I said with glee in my voice as I entered the attic. As if like lemmings to the water, a tarantula crawled over, excited to see his master. I lowered the doll of my brother down and pushed it towards Fuzzy waiting. As if on cue, Fuzzy began to bite and tear the doll apart. For a second I thought I saw a tear in my brother's eye, but passed it off as tarantula drool. The arachnid soon became bored of the doll and went back to his hiding spot in the attic. I called a bedroom. I picked up the doll and pulled out my pocket knife, stabbing it repeatedly in the chest like when Fuzzy was attacking it. I thought I saw a tear, but I also thought I saw blood, the kind humans bleed. The doll was near breaking when I decided to throw it into the attic in case Fuzzy got bored and went back down to the kitchen to collect my dad. My dad had always given up on me from day one. When I failed to walk, he left the room. He refused to be near anything he called a failure. Well, today was my revenge on the old man. Today he was the failure. I went to the garage, or as my dad called it, his workshop. Once in the workshop, I grabbed a piece of wood and tied the doll to it as I began to use the table saw to cut him and the wood like in those old cartoons. Each cut made me laugh as if I was insane. Once the saw got boring, I took the doll to the pool outside and began to rip off each of its tiny limbs and feeding them to the dog. When all the limbs were torn off, I threw the body into the pool for it to float and eventually sink. Finally, last left was my mom. And she was the only person in the family who ever believed in me, who ever wanted to help me, who was kind to me. I picked up the doll and hugged it tightly as a cracking sound was made. I turned to look, and behind me there were 2 beasts of unimaginable horror. The first looked shorter than the second one, but clearly abused, with stab wounds and bite marks all over the second. The second was much taller. It looked torn and bleeding, with floating limbs around it. As I studied them, I realized they were the dolls of my brother and dad that I had destroyed. "You did this to us," they said in unison as the cracking sound continued. I dropped the doll of my mother, and I ran, and it kept running. That was a mistake. When I stopped to breathe, a fallen angel of sorts was behind me, chasing me. It had buttons and sewing supplies. I screamed in horror as I failed to escape the monster's grip. Now, son, You hurt your brother and father, so now we'll hurt you, she said in a demonic version of my mother's beautiful voice. It was at that moment I realized those weren't dolls. They were my real family. The tears I saw were real. The blood I saw was real. All of it was real. I cried as my mother sewed my mouth shut and began torturing me, cutting me, drowning me, beating me to the others. How can I tell you this story if I'm dead? It's simple. It was you who killed me, and now I'm dead in your head.
Okay, that was really good.
Yeah. You guys like it?
I enjoyed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I wrote that.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that a lot.
If you, I'll leave a link to it in the description below if you guys want to read it.
I don't have your channel though. Oh yeah, you're gonna leave it to me.
Yeah. God, Jesus, man. Okay.
James, you're next.
Alrighty. So yeah, that was the Dollhouse, a story written by myself.
I don't think I could put that much emotion into it like how you did. As you wrote it.
Well, a writer knows himself best. Anyone got a story for this nerd?
Yeah,
I know one.
By heart?
Well, I know most of it. Like 95% of it.
Well, how would you like search it up and you know 100% of it?
Well, I've heard it 3 times, and one of them was like extremely recent, like this month.
Okay, whatever.
I believe this story is called The Lick. It's
Oh
really...
yes.
Alright. Huh?
How about you just say it out loud?
Okay. Yeah. I know the story.
Can I know it?
Boy, guys, make it quick. We gotta stop the recording soon.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright. So, this girl's in her bed, and she hears a dripping sound that she thinks is coming from the kitchen, so she goes and checks every sink in the kitchen, and
she sees that nothing's wrong with any of it. Then she goes and she usually her mom's usually at her back in the bedroom.